Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. A very good day everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain on how to search an array element. So I'll give you a code and we are going to trace what actually happens when we search for an array element. Let's say that we have one array named as mobile brands and the size is 4. The values inside the mobile brand array are the name of the mobile brands where we have here iPhone, Samsung, Oppo and Lenovo. So what we want to do now, we want to search an element inside the array, okay, by using code. So from here, for example, if I want to search for Oppo, so the code should display to me what is the index of Oppo. So if we see the representation of the array here, we know that Oppo is at index 2. But how we are going to search one by one from the array element and how we are going to print out what is the value of the index. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you. So I have the code here. If I run this program, okay, the program will ask me the mobile brand that I want to search. So let's say I want to search for Oppo. So I will get this as output. You want to search for Oppo, it is in index 2. So if we see the representation here, Oppo is at index 2. So how do we get this output? So I'm going to show you. So here is the declaration of the mobile brand. So we declare and initialize the array mobile brand and we have the values here for 4 values. After that we declare array length. So this is just to have a value for the length of your array. And also we have the flag variable. This is to be as indicator. If we find the value, we are going to change or we are going to update the value of flag to 1. So initially we assign 0 to the flag value. Okay, firstly we ask input from user, enter the mobile phone brand that you want to search. So this is where you get this. When you run the code, you get this one. Okay, so Oppo is typed by the user. So Oppo will be kept in variable search brand. So if we see here in the memory, we have search brand as Oppo. So what we do next is we have to traverse one by one and we have to compare each of the element with the search brand. So for example, iPhone uh, we have to compare with Oppo. Samsung also we have to compare with Oppo. So how we do that is by using for loop because you have to traverse one by one until the end of the array. Okay, so we use for loop. So here is where we have the tracing table. So I is 0, I less than 4 because I is less than array length is now is 4. So I less than 4, it is true. So when it is true, we will go inside the loop and we have here the if statement. So what we do here is actually we compare the value of mobile brand I. So mobile brand I, the value of I now is 0. The value of mobile brand I 0, which is iPhone. So now we compare iPhone with the search brand, which is Oppo. So the if statement will return to us false. So when this is false, you are going to skip all of these statements and you are going to update the I value. So I value now becomes 1, no more 0. So after that, you examine the condition, I less than 4, 1 less than 4 is true. So when it is true, you go back inside the loop again. So now we compare the value of mobile brand I with the search brand again. So if you notice, now we have moved to the second index. So mobile brand index 1 is Samsung. Okay, so now we compare Samsung with the Oppo. So what will happen is that this search, the if statement also will return to us false. So you are going to skip all this and you come to the update statement of the for loop. So I value will become 2. 2 less than 4 still true. So when it is true, you go inside the loop. So now we compare mobile brand I. So I value now is 2. So 2 and the element is Oppo. So now what we do is that we compare search brand with the mobile brand at index 2. So here the if statement will become true. So when the if statement is true, you are going to execute the 3 line of codes here. So firstly, we are going to print out, you want to search, we concatenate with the search brand. So here our search brand is Oppo. So that's why your output is like this. You want to search for Oppo and combine with the it is in index and also concatenate with the I value. So I value now is 2. So that is why you get the whole sentence here. You want to search for Oppo, it is in index 2. So after you have print out the output, here we update the value of flag since we have found the value. So we want to update the flag as indicated that we have found the value. So we update to 1, flag value to 1. So now flag value becomes 1. Okay, after that you see the next code is to we have a break here. Why do we have the break statement here? Because we don't want to continue with the for loop. If we don't have the break here, you are going to loop again until the loop condition becomes false. But now since we already found the search brand, we don't want to continue anymore and we want to break the for loop. So this will bring our code execution to the after the for loop. So here we have another if statement. So this if statement is to examine whether we have found the value or not. So now our flag value is 1 because we already find. We have already found the value. So it is not equal to 0. So this will be skip. So you are not going to get the brand does not exist output. So it will end with this one since we already found the value. Okay, what will happen if I run this code again and I want to search for Vivo? Okay, so Vivo is not one of the elements in the mobile brands array. So what will happen is that you will get this output. The brand does not exist. So why this happen? Because when you traverse along the array, you don't get the if statement as true. So when this if statement is not true until the end of the array, then your flag value is not updated to 1. So your flag value remains with 0 because you didn't find any equality among the elements. So finally, after you have finished traversing until Lenovo, then you will execute this one, this if statement. So your flag value will be 0. So the if statement is true. So because it is true, you're going to get this output. The brand does not exist. Okay, so hopefully you have understood the execution of searching an array element. Hopefully you can apply in your own code. Thank you for watching.